Whether you were born here or elsewhere, whether you had a strong opinion that you wish to share, we really wanted to hear from people because this is a topic that matters deeply to us. And if it hasn't yet risen to your awareness, once it does, you begin to see how much we live in both immigration and migration. It's a constant. Well, the artists that are in the room who have work in the exhibition, raise their hands.
Members of the party say, and it is permitted to be said, such things as, well, you know that Mr. Obama is a Muslim. Well, the correct answer is he is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. He's always been a Christian. But the really right answer is, what if he is? Is there something wrong with being a Muslim in this country?
And he comes up to get his drink, and he's like, now, why in the hell on earth you gotta wear that thing on your head? And I'm like, oh, this thing? Oh, why do you wear your thing on your head? He's like, what, my hat? I'm like, yeah, what's that thing on your head? He's like, I like my hat. I'm like, oh, well, I like my scarf. He's like, well, I think you should just take your scarf and your religion and dump it.
The perception with good number of people, Muslims and non-Muslims, is that Muslims are visitors to America. They are not the home team. They are not even members of the home team. And that kind of attitude is not conducive of constructive relationship amongst the different elements of the pluralism to build a better future.
I think what people basically know of Islam, it basically came onto the scene basically at 9/11. Like that's when Islam started existing for many people in the United States. But actually, my own feeling and history shows that Islam has a long tradition, like in this country, that is not in the popular narrative. That won't be in our school books. That won't be at all unless there's some critical thinking and approaches to our American history.
As individuals, there was always a Muslim in America. But I'm talking about waves, sizable waves. There was that wave that came with slavery, because they were a palpable wave. Then there was a wave that came before and with First World War. Then a wave between the two wars. Then a wave after Second World War. Then the current wave. We look at the previous waves, they actually dissipated for one reason or the other. But in my judgment and in my reading of history, the main reason was they could not share their values with other elements of American society.
So this is my art portfolio. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Then this one was one I did for the cover of an anthology called Muslim American Women Writings. And so this is kind of about how Muslim women in the news media are always spoken on behalf of. And I think it's wrong, they want to show a Muslim woman, show her in a black veil completely covered up, or looking sad, or looking, these images, images are 1,000 words, and so when you see an image and someone's saying the right thing next to it, doesn't quite, 2 and 2 together doesn't make, it makes like 5, it doesn't make 4. That didn't even make sense, did it? But just pretend like it's a cool quote and you don't understand what it means. So this is kind of about how she is educated. She does lead a normal life. It's her choice to wear a scarf or not to wear a scarf. God judges you from the inside. That's what I believe.
Art is the message of the soul carried in an envelope of beauty. This is my definition of art. So it goes to the soul in an envelope of beauty. So Muslim artists have the greatest responsibility and can be the most effective amongst us all in warming up, opening hearts and minds, and communicating as a spiritual level with the rest of humanity, particularly here in the United States.